Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So last two classes we began with the seventh chapter Bhagavad Jnana Vigyan Yoga, knowledge of the Lord's powers and sweetness. And we saw this verse Maya Sakta Manapartha, an elaborate commentary by Vishwanath Chakra Thakur about how bhakti, which is being spoken in this section from 7 to 12, is either pradhanibhut or kevala. But what we saw in the first six chapters is jnana and ashtanga leading to liberation, which depends on nishkama karma yoga. And this kevala bhakti is independent of karma and jnana, and it can independently give results of swarga and moksha. And he quotes this verse. And then he, you know, goes into a polemics and try to establish how if Shrutis are saying, that by knowledge one attains liberation, this is not the correct conclusion. Here it is actually bhakti to Paramatma, very, very clearly. And then he comes to this verse, Maya Sakta Mana Partha. Very, very nice explanation. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate eva mam samayukta. What type of devotee is he? One would accept he is qualified with Gyan and Vigyan. No, the Lord is answering in two verses. Realization of the Lord will occur, will gradually increase, propensity or intensity will increase based on the worship. And he quotes Bhakti Paresha Anubhava. And then, uh, how do you realize him? What type of yoga is this? Yogam Yunjan Madashraya. And you will take my shelter in Ananya Bhakti, Maya Sakta Manapartha, and you'll know my personal form. So that's how Vishwanath Chakra Thakur explains. And then Jnanam Teham Savigyanam Idam Vakshamya Asheshata. So we saw this also that the Lord will give him the Aishwarya Gyan, which is chapter 7 and 8, and also the Madhurya Gyan. So what is Aishwarya Gyan? Uh, realizing the sweetness of the Lord, you know, and understanding the powers of the Lord, that is Gyan, and Vigyan is realizing his sweetness. So that's how the whole flow in the Bhagavad Gita is based on this Gyanam and Vigyanam, which is like the connection to the entire middle six chapters. And how rare is his Vigyanam, that is quoted in this verse, Um, no, how rare it is, Manushanam Sahasreshu. Now he starts giving knowledge in two verses. We saw these two verses, Bhumi Rapun. Knowledge means knowledge of the Shaktis of the Lord. So the Bhairanga Shakti is there, and then there is the Antaranga Shakti. Tatastha Shakti, the Jiva Bhuta. Both are Prakriti, but one is inert, which is apara prakriti, and other is para prakriti. It is conscious, and that's why prakram vidya me param. Try to know that this is para vidya prakriti, although both are prakriti. So that's the difference between the Tatastha Shakti and the Bhairanga Shakti. And now Krishna says that both etad yonini bhutani sarvan nit upadharaya aham Krishna se jagata prabhava pralaya sata, that I am the source of both. And from me, these two energies emanate. And this universe, I am the origin and the dissolution. About only this universe, huh? Not the Jiva Bhuta, because the Jiva Bhuta is a eternal energy of the Lord. Although Prakriti is also eternal, but it manifests, and it manifests through phases of creation, maintenance, and destruction. So this is where we had stopped our discussion. Now, having explained how he is the source of both, now in Krishna speaks, this is a very interesting verse, very famous verse. Let's recite this 7.7. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya मयि सर्वम् idam proktam sutre manigana इव. There is nothing superior to me. Matta paratram na anyat kinchid asti. So here there is nothing superior to me, like my form, which is Shama Sundar. So in one sense, even the Vishnu forms and the Narayan forms, you know, the Sham Sundar form is far, far superior compared to these two. And this is the highest form. This is the highest form. So that's what also at one level Krishna is speaking here. Matta paratram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya. There is nothing superior to me, O conqueror of wealth, Dhananjaya. Everything is pervaded by Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam, as pearls are strung on the thread. Sutre Manigana Iva. So, although this understanding we can derive from this verse, but here within the flow and the discussion, Krishna is speaking now how he pervades everything, how he is pervading everything. So, Krishna's relationship with the world, the two lines of seventh verse, that is A and B, Path 1 and Path 2, explain his transcendence. And Path third and fourth path, that is the fourth, third and the fourth line, C and D, is his immanence, how he spreads himself in the material realm. So transcendence and immanence. So let's see what Vishnu Chakra has to say. Because of this, I am everything. Because of this, I am everything. Now, because of this means what? Let us see who can answer. When he is referring because of this, Ravi is referring to what? Who will answer? Natwar Gaur Prabhuji.
Uh, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it means I am the supreme, I am supreme. Because of this, I'm everything.
Oh, okay. Okay. Navneet Kalra Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Could you go back to the verse, Prabhuji?
Okay. Matta Parataranyanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Sut. Mayi Sarvamidam Proktam Sutre Maniganaiva.
Because he is being pervaded in everything.
Okay.
He is the supreme.
Okay. Shri Lalita Sumukhi Mataji. Yes.
Prabhu, I'll try. Prabhu, this is the highest form, no? He is the cause of Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. So it like how the thread
So
is all
because
the
of that,
he's everything, no, Prabhu. If the
he's
thread
our.
is removed, all the beads will fall off, no? All the
Okay.
pearls will fall off, no?
Okay. Okay.
It's sustaining, the thread is sustaining everything, no, Prabhu.
Okay. Vinita Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is
Mm.
it the supreme shelter for everybody?
He's a
Everything.
supreme shelter for everybody. Okay. So because of this, when Vishnu Chakra Thakur is saying, he is referring to. Why is the pen not writing? 1 second. Yeah. Because of this, when he is referring to Bhagavad Gita 7.6, that he is the source of both these energies. And, you know, because he is the source, he is everything. I am everything. But how he is everything now in this verse, he is going to. That is expressed in this verse. Etad yonini bhutani sarvan nityupadare aham krishna se jagata prabhaya pralasata. So, God is there at the transcendental level in Golok Vrindavan. And he has expanded himself in this material world in the form of, you know, the pervasiveness. He's pervading everything. And that's why he's everything. There is no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman. So the Shaktiman is the sun, and his Shakti is the sunlight, which is all pervading. So the sunlight is all pervasive. The sun is all pervasive because of the sunlight. Sunlight is everywhere. So in one sense, the sunlight is also sun, but you cannot equate also at the same time. You cannot say that because you're in the sunlight, you're in the sun. No, there is difference also, but there is non-difference also. That is Achintya Bheda Bhetattva. So similarly, because he is the source of both these energies, Etad Yonini Bhutani. That is why he is everything. So that is being expressed. There is nothing superior to me because I am both the cause and effect. I am Shakti and Shaktiman. So, yeah, Vishnu Chakra Thakur is bringing out this. So, I am the cause. So, Krishna is the cause. Matta paratran na anyat kinchidasti mai. He is the cause in transcendent form. And the effect. What is the effect? I am both the cause. What is the effect here? You have to think really from a Sankhya point of view, Darshan point of view. What is the effect? Sri Lalita Sumukhi Mataji.
Hey Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Sankhya point of view means like elements, Prabhu. All the
No,
earth, fire,
not
not like
really like that.
that. Like because now I'm thinking of that last time you schooled me, no, Prabhu, 3.28. Like that I was thinking. No.
No, not really. Now, you
The
see,
both the
I
how
feel
to
basically I'm saying that you have to think very logically because I am the cause, both the cause and the effect. So I'm the cause. He's the cause of what? The
of,
Bhairanga
of
Shakti?
and both the energies.
Both the energies.
Uh,
And the effect. What is the effect here?
just 1 minute, Prabhu. Just let me think, Prabhu.
Yes, think. You're all becoming, Sankites by doing this kind of thinking, logical thinking.
Matter? No, no, Prabhu. I don't know.
Yes, you're right.
Material matter.
My is me. The
Uh,
effect is idam, universe. Who is the cause of the universe?
okay.
Who is the
Krishna.
cause? Huh?
Yeah, Krishna is the cause and effect, no, Prabhu. He is the
Uh-huh.
cause.
Yeah,
Huh.
he's the cause. By the
Huh.
cause, the effect is coming. What is the effect?
The cause of the universe, the material creation.
The
The,
material
the
creation. So the
matter.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is
Yeah.
expressed by this verse. Mayi sarvam idam. Idam when is referring to this universe.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So that's how
Okay.
you have to read the verse. And if you see Prabhupada's word to word meaning,
Okay.
okay, let me open Prabhupada's word to word meaning. Because we don't study Bhaktivedanta purports very meticulously, you know, idam, which we see, this universe. In one sense, it is this universe. Idam, you know. And Prabhupada's, you have to go to flow of the verses, because within the flow of the verses, he has, Jnanam he has translated as phenomenal knowledge, what we see. That is phenomenal knowledge. Of course, I've not gone into the discussion of that. Prabhupada gives a different perspective. We have not gone, but it is idam is referring to now this universe. And I am Shakti and Shaktiman. So Shakti is what, Lalita Sumukhi Mataji?
Shakti is the energy, and Shaktiman is the energetic.
Yeah,
Shaktiman is Krishna. Shakti
yeah.
are his two energies.
Which are the two energies?
The material and no spiritual, or it is the 1 minute, Prabhu, 1 minute. The inferior,
Correct. The
inferior
inferior
and superior
energy.
energy. Superior energy and inferior energy. Jivas and Prakriti.
Yeah. Both are, Prakriti, but one is
Okay.
Paraprakriti. The Aparaprakriti and the Paraprakriti.
Okay.
Or the Bahiranga Shakti and the Tatastha Shakti.
Yeah.
Or the Jiva Shakti. So you have to become very clear when we study Prabhupada purports also.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so after quoting this, he says, as the Shruti says, Ekam eva dvitiyam Brahma, there is only one Brahman and nothing else. So, these Upanishadic statements are very difficult to understand. Gita is also an Upanishads. So, Gita is Gita Upanishads. So, Ekam eva dvitiyam Brahma, there is only one Brahman. So, what it means, Brahman is Shaktiman, and he has his Shaktis, and his Shaktis are the Apara and Para, which is the Jiva. And this is also Brahman. This is also Brahman. And this is also Brahman. So there is only one Brahman and nothing else. Are you able to understand this? Like, let me give example. Fire, heat, and light. So you don't separately, when fire is emanating light and it is giving heat, it is fire only. There is only what is there is fire only. But it is a different manifestation of fire. That's it. Heat and light are manifestations of fire, but it is fire. So in one sense, there is, you know, you see from far in the dark night, somebody has lit a fire. You cannot see the fire, but you can see the light. You see that I'm seeing there is fire, you say, and you're experiencing heat. The heat you're experiencing, I'm experiencing the fire heat. So like that, there is only thing what is there is fire. So that is how you can see there is only one Brahman and nothing else. So that's what. So there is nothing superior to me. You know, everything is me only. You know, or and neha nana asti kinchana. There is no variety at all. It's all sarvam khalo idam Brahman. So these are very difficult Upanishadic statement, and we'll have to see uh, each of these Upanishads in what context they are spoken, and in that context, what is the meaning. So I just have a vague idea because I neither have studied Upanishads nor I have an idea to reconcile them based on Vedanta Sutra. You have to know Vedanta Sutra also because only Vedanta Sutra, all the contradictions of the Upanishads are reconciled in it. But basically, these two quotations are given to show how, he's everything. He's only everything. He's pervading everything. Now, I'll take up questions. Let me finish this. Having thus spoken about his own identity with everything, you know, he's only everything. Everywhere he's only there. His own identity. The Lord then speaks about his entrance into everything. His entrance into everything. Now he speaks about his entrance. He has spoken about his own identity, how he enters. How he enters? Mai sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. So that, he's good. The whole universe kindly hold on. Let me finish so that you will get a more clearer picture as we finish this commentary. The whole universe, Sarvamidam, composed of conscious and unconscious Prakriti. So there is the conscious Prakriti and the unconscious Prakriti. Shri Lalita Sumukhi Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
What is the conscious Prakriti?
Just we are conscious, no, Prabhu. We have soul, right?
So
Jiva.
the Jiva, the Tatastha Shakti is the conscious Prakriti. What is the unconscious Prakriti?
Hare Krishna.
What is the unconscious Prakriti?
Unconscious. Yeah. It can. I don't know, Prabhu. I think is that unconscious, Prabhu? Material energy.
Yes, you should not have any doubt about it.
Okay.
So this Bhairanga Shakti is the unconscious Prakriti and the Tatastha Shakti is the,
Conscious Prakriti.
you know,
Yes,
is
Prabhu.
the Jiva Shakti, you know, it is conscious.
Okay.
So this
Yes,
whole
Prabhu.
universe, okay, and no one, let me mute you. So this whole universe is composed of conscious and unconscious, is identical with me. It is identical with me because it is my effect. And he is the cause of it, and this universe is his effect. It is that is why in that sense it is identical. Idam hi vishwam bhagavan ivetaro. Idam hi vishwam bhagavan ivetaro. Narad Muni to Vyas in the first canto, Narad Vyas Samvad, it is there. That this universe is the form of the Lord, he says. Because the universe is a Shakti, and Shakti and Shaktiman are a Bheda. There is no difference. And because the cause of the Shakti is the Shaktiman, as Krishna has spoken in 7.6, so this universe is identical with him because it is his effect. That is the reason. Still, everything is pervaded by Paramatma. I am in everything as pearls are strung on a thread. So, everything is pervaded by Paramatma and as pearls are strung. Madhusudan Saraswati says that being strung like pearl means only that everything is pervaded by Lord and does not refer to material causality. Mm. A suitable example of material causality will be gold and gold rings. So there is gold and the gold rings are coming from the gold, you know. So this energy, the Bhairanga Shakti is coming from the Lord, but in one sense there is Bhed also and Abhed also. So like that it is. So that's how Vishwanath Chakra Thakur explains this verse. So this I am pervaded, I am everything as pearls are strung on this thread. That means, you know, in this universe, whatever we see, you know, just like, you know, there are pearls which are strung to a thread, we can see all the pearls are properly arranged and they're in proper order. What is holding them is the threads. If the threads are not holding, then, you know, it cannot, you know, be in that particular shape. So this universe, because it is manifesting from the Lord is holding them. He's like that thread. So we have to see the unseen. See the unseen. So although you don't see the thread, but you can understand that the pearls are strung to the thread and it is the thread which is holding the pearls together. So although in this universe you don't see the Lord, but it is the Lord who is pervading everything and sustaining everything. Because without the Paramatma, you know, nothing can happen, you know. So he enters into everything, he pervades into everything as the Paramatma. So that is the example given. So now what will come up is Krishna's self-identification with matter. I told you that immanence. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it will come in three places: chapter 7, chapter 10, and chapter 15. Chapter 7 will show how he is the essence of everything. In chapter 10, how he is the best of everything in the Vibhuti Yoga. So we are here, and we in this cosmic manifestation see many things which attract our consciousness. Vishesha Bhuti. Like we see the tree, the Ashwata tree. So Krishna identifies Ashwata Sarva Bhutanam, Ashwata Sarva Vrikshanam, sorry. Among all the trees, I am Ashwata. So like that, at a terrestrial level, at a heavenly level, at a cosmic level, among the kings, I am Naradipa, Naranamcha Naradipa, Among men, I am the king. The king has a lot of powers, no? So he's having some Shakti and people are attracted to him. And this attraction is coming from Krishna because he's actually a vibhuti, a manifestation. So when we identify that these vibhutis are coming from Krishna, so we get connected to Krishna. This is Vibhuti Yoga, which is there in the 10th chapter. Now, again, in the 15th chapter, also this uh, uh, Krishna's self-identification with matter will come, and how he's the maintainer of everything will be mentioned there. So like that, in this chapter, now Krishna is given in summary. Now he will, how Krishna pervades everything, in 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 verses he is going to explain. So now before we begin the next section, with respect to this verse, any questions you have? Yeah. There were 2, 3 hands I saw. Yes, Sri Lalita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I wanted to just ask that he told that Brahman is the highest, right? But he's not talking about the Brahman realization of Prabhu, that Paramatma Brahman Bhagwan, not that Brahman, right, Prabhu?
No, you
One
have
of
to
the
understand when, first thing, when we start studying basic philosophy, especially the Gita, the Upanishads, for us it is Gita Upanishads, we have to become very familiar with usage of terminologies. And this is a problem that even students after many years cannot really grasp these concepts. Now, the term Brahman can refer to Parabrahma, that is Krishna.
okay.
And Brahman can refer to even Jiva. And Brahman
Yes.
can refer to this material world.
Okay.
And when, you say Brahman as the absolute truth, you know,
Mm.
there again, based on which verse is being spoken, he might be referred as, the impersonal aspect, or he might be referred as the Paramatma, or he might be referred as Bhagwan also.
Mm.
You know. So in the 10th canto, Krishna and his cowherd friends are sitting together and they are playing and they are, joking and all that, And Sukdev Goswami is saying this, this Brahman, he is playing with these children. What punya they had done, that they can
Mhm.
directly, take pleasure, you know.
Mm.
Krishna is being referred there, but there
Mm.
it is referring to the Bhagwan,
Mm.
aspect. So it depends on the context. We have to see the context and then understand. So Brahman in here it is being referring to, the absolute truth.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Now
All
absolute
three
truth,
are
whether it
absolute
is a
truth, no,
Brahman
Prabhu. Brahman.
feature, Paramatma feature, or the Bhagavan feature, doesn't matter there.
Okay.
Hmm. When Arjuna says Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Parabrahma, he says, you are the
Yeah.
supreme Brahman.
Yeah.
So he's referring Krishna as Parabrahma. That is the address, the absolute truth.
Yes, Prabhu.
Got the clear understanding?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Okay. Any other questions anyone has about this verse which we discussed before we begin the next section? Okay. So Navneet Kalramataji, you had raised your hand.
Hare Krishna. It was by mistake, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, now how he is pervading everything. How he is pervading everything. Now Krishna will speak in these verses. रसोऽहम् अप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूरयोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः के पौरुषं ऋषु. I am the taste of water. Rasa aham apsu kaunteya. Hmm? He is identifying himself with the taste of water, Krishna. I am the light of the sun and the moon. Prabha asmi shashi shurayo. Shashi is moon, Surya is sun. I am Pranava in the Vedas. Pranava sarva Vedeshu. Sound in the ether, Shabda Khe, and successful efforts of men. Paurusham Rishu. So Krishna is identification with matter. Here it begins. Now, very interesting. Please try to understand this concept. How we can see Krishna in this universe. We cannot directly have, although Krishna has this uh, Sham Sundar form, that is transcendence, but you need Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hrideshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Rupam. So you need that Premanjan. So at Prema level, when Krishna is situated in the heart, then he can see Sham Sundar. But right now, how to see him in this universe? It's through immanence. Now Krishna is identifying himself that I am the taste of water. So earth has smell, sense object, water has taste, fire form, air, is touch. I have not written here. And ether is sound. So Krishna is saying, Raso Aham. I am the taste of water. Rasa. So this is the sense object. And I am that. And fire has form, light, Prabha. Prabha Shashi Shivrayo. I am that. Krishna is saying. And I am sound in ether. Shabda ke Paurusham Rishu. So he will come to, the next one, the smell and the touch in the next verse 7.9. But basically, what we see matter with our material senses, the sense objects, that sense object, what is that sense object? What is Krishna saying? That sense object, what you see, what is it? Who will tell me? Let us see. Navneet Kalramataji.
Could you repeat? I'm not clear about your question, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
sense
I could
object.
understand. Yeah. See the sense object of, you know, these are the sense objects, tanmatras,
Yeah,
smell.
Tanman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now Krishna is identifying with them. Raso
yeah,
aham, shabda ke,
yeah,
prabhashmi shashi suryo. So for all these
yeah.
elements, the tanmatras, Krishna is identifying. So what is sense object then now, directly? What do you have to
It-
see?
That's Krishna.
Yes,
He
excellent. That's Krishna.
that he is the taste of water and smell
Yeah.
of earth
Yeah.
and touch
So
of
that's
air.
how you see Krishna, you know, because we are at the material level of consciousness. So when we start seeing Krishna at our level of consciousness, then we start realizing Krishna.
It's
So that
like the cause and effect we were discussing. He's the cause as well as the effect.
basically cause and effect, yes, he's the effect of this universe, but now he's coming down to the how you see in essence
How's
everything,
he?
how you
How
can
is he
see me.
being? How does it pervade in the universe?
Ah, yes. So the essence of water is taste, you know. So that potency, what is there, that's a potency in water by which you can, you see, no amount of thirst when you have, na, no amount of cold drinks you drink, you will not satisfy your thirst until you drink water. We all have experience of this.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That water which quenches your thirst, that that essence in that is, that is what is Krishna. That is Krishna. You have to realize that. That's how immanence you see God in matter. So that's what is the whole discussion. Now, capacity to endeavor spiritual advancement. That's what Baldev Vidyabhushan explains. When he says Paurusham Rishu, the successful efforts of men, not material success, in the success of endeavoring in spiritual life. So that's one. Shabdake. Shabdake, I am the sound in ether. Now, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to hear the train sound and he used to feel it is a sound of flute. But we might see it as a material sound. But every sound, if you can see that sound is like, sound of a flute. It is very difficult. So to come to that level, we should only be tuned to hearing spiritual sound vibration. That is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And when our senses get purified, Antakaran gets purified, even if somebody is playing a mundane song, you will feel that, Arey, it's maybe Hare Krishna tune going on, like that. So in that sense, Shabdake Paurusham Rishu, Shabdake. So that's the meaning. Okay, let's see now what Vishwanath Thakur has to say on this purport. Just as I have entered into the universe, my effect, this is his effect, in the form as Paramatma, also I exist in the form of the causes of those effects as sound in ether, or in the form of the essence of those things as in success in man. So he enters into the form as causes of those effects. Like, ultimately in the creation, from sound, or from ether, sound comes. So sound is effect, cause is ether, like that. And in the form of essence. I told you, the essence of one who does tapasya, endeavor in spiritual life, that essence is Krishna. This is expressed in 4 verses. So 7.8, 9, 10, 11, 4 verses. The 12th one is a general verse. The water's taste, which is its cause, is a manifestation of my power, Vibhuti. The taste, it's his manifestation. So Prabhupada mentions, in his purport that there is a potent principle in water. And that's why the river water, which is flowing water, that has, certain taste. And that taste, is when you feel that taste, and your thirst is quenched, that essence, what you feel, that taste is Krishna. So Prabhupada, nicely presents this. He says, the taste of water is the active principle, he says, active principle of water. No one likes to drink seawater because pure taste of water is mixed with salt. Attraction of water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies, vibhutis of the Lord. So that's what, Prabhupada puts it in a little more simpler language. The water stage, which is the cause, is a manifestation of my vibhuti. Likewise, we can find a similar meaning to the following items. I am the light itself, which gives light to the sun and the moon. So when we are in the daytime in the sun, it's sunlight. We are in direct touch with sunlight, and Krishna is giving. Ultimately, everything is coming from Brahma Jyoti, the Kanti of the Lord. The sun is also deriving its energy from the effulgent rays of the body of the Lord. So it's as good as we are in front of Krishna when we are in sunshine. We should have this kind. This is what is Krishna consciousness. You know? And even the moon rays are very soothing now, especially in the summer. It is said that, the summer heat, it causes a lot of headache for us, agitation of the mind because of the extreme heat. And in the night, traditionally, if you see in the villages, people used to sleep outside because the moon soothes the mind. The moon has a cooling effect on the mind. So all this, the light of the sun and the moon, ultimately it is Krishna, because Krishna is identifying him. I am Omkar, the sound of the source of the Vedas. So Shabda K specifically refers to the sound vibration Omkar. I am sound in ether. No, that refers to Pranava Sarva Vedeshu, sorry. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu it is. Pranava Omkar. I am sound in ether, as sound is the cause of the ether. Sound is the cause of ether. Note, sound gives rise to ether. Touch gives rise to air. Form gives rise to fire. Taste gives rise to water. And smell gives rise to earth. So from sound, ether comes. The element, the tanmatra and the sense object and the element is there. So this is the whole creation, how it works. And the distinguishing efforts, Paurusham, of men, since effort is the essence of humans. So the effort, especially in spiritual life, like that. Punyo gandha prithvim yam cha tejaschasmi vibhavaso jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaschasmi tapashvisu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur doesn't have a commentary through all the four verses. Huh? I am the fragrance of the earth element. Punya gandha prithvim yam cha. Now, we all have experience that, in the rainy season, when the first rain comes, the earth smell comes. And this smell is very purifying. And earth has all the fragrance within it. That's why you put a rose plant, Prabhupada says, a beautiful rose fragrance. You put a malika seed, malika plant, malika flower, and beautiful fragrant malika flowers. You put a champaka seed, and the champaka flower smell will come. So this gandha, punyo gandha, is coming, that original natural fragrance, it's, you know, it's actually coming from earth. And Krishna is saying, I am that. So in one sense, this fragrance we are experiencing is emanating from whom? Let us see who will answer. The fragrance which we are experiencing in the flowers or whatever it is actually uh, uh, smelling that fragrance. Krishna is saying it is, so it is whose fragrance? Sri Lalita Mataji.
He is telling that he is the fragrance now, Prabhuji.
Correct.
Krishna is the fragrance.
So whose fragrance, the Malika flower or the Champak flower, when you smell that fragrance?
It's Krishna's energy only, Prabhu.
Krishna's energy. So this fragrance is coming from whom?
From Krishna. He is only the fragrance.
Yeah, from the earth it is coming, but it is actually, coming from him only, because earth again is a, effect. This universe is an effect and he is the cause. So we can think that this fragrance is coming from Krishna's body. Are you able to connect? This is how we have to see Krishna consciousness.
Okay, Prabhu.
So this is how we can remember. Just imagine, this is a beautiful fragrance coming from this flower. Of course, these flowers we should offer it to the deities and then smell. So what must be the fragrance, original fragrance of Krishna's body? If earth is manifesting this fragrance, Punya Gandha, then what must be the spiritual fragrance emanating from Krishna's body? Are you getting this point?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Mm.
Prabhu.
So another point to meditate, this earth planet is one small speck in the entire universe. And there are unlimited planets in this entire Brahmand. In the 14 planetary systems, there are many planets. There are planetary systems and there are many planets within each of the planetary systems. And there are unlimited universes, Brahmandas, and all emanate from Mahavishnu, who is the expansion of Krishna. So just imagine if this is the fragrance of the most beautiful flower, and Earth is just one cosmic spot. It's one dot in this whole creation. We cannot, we might get intoxicated. And I remember, once I was chanting and a person carrying a huge mallika flowers, a huge bag, lot of garlands, he just passed by and the fragrance was so intoxicating, you know. And I remember once, in Govardhan Eco Village, there is a particular passage inside there, in the Bhajan Ashram, where that entire passage on the side, there are there are trees with lot of flowers, and the night the fragrance was so intoxicating. So you can imagine what must be the fragrance coming from the Lord's body and how much intoxicating it must be. So these are thoughts for meditation. So when we smell the fragrance of the gandha, which is coming from the earth, we should remember whom? Sri Lalita Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, we should remember Krishna. So that's what is Krishna consciousness. So Krishna is giving, and if we smell and the sense object, then what will happen? We will enjoy that sense object, and that will create an impression in our chitta. But when we remember Krishna, not only then we see that sense object, we see that sense object as Krishna. At the same time, we remember Krishna. So our antakaran gets purified. And this is how purification in Krishna consciousness happens. So that is the point I will discuss further that concept. Prutnyo gandha pritvayamcha. Heat in fire. Tejas chasmi vibhagaso. Now, when we are feeling very cold, we might light a wood and sit in the fire, and we are enjoying, the heat. And this enjoyment of the sense object in the form of heat, you have to see that as Krishna. And when you see that as Krishna, then you don't get entangled, your antagaran gets purified, and you make advancement in Krishna consciousness. The life of all living entities, Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu, and the austerity of the tapasvi. Tapas chasmi tapasvishu. So here I'm mentioning thinking of Krishna purifies the chitta. So there is the sense object and the senses see, and when you see that sense object as Krishna, then what happens? The antakaran gets purified. Otherwise, when you see the sense object separate from Krishna, the mind wants to enjoy the sense object, the intelligence, oh, previously I had relished this sense object, gulab jamun, and the false ego says, yes, I want to enjoy it, make arrangements to the intelligence, and the mind, using the karmendriyas and the gyanendriyas, fetches the sense object, and thereby it creates impression in the antakaran. And these samskars, these are called as vasanas. But when through this Vibhuti Yoga, you see that all these sense objects are Krishna, then we remember Krishna, by which we purify the antakaran, and all the samskars are taken away and the spiritual impressions are imprinted, by which the antakaran gets purified. That's the point. Punya means pleasing or natural, according to Amar Kosha. I am the natural fragrance of the earth element. So that's why these natural fragrances, people who put these artificial fragrances, in fact, the fragrance industry is the biggest industry in the world, cosmetics and fragrance, especially fragrance. But all these fragrances are artificially made, and that's why they are very passionate. They agitate the mind. But the natural fragrances, they soothe the mind, they purify the mind. Also, when we connect that to Krishna also. But generally also natural fragrances soothe the mind. But these artificial fragrances, they agitate the mind. They are in the mode of passion. Cha indicates that this statement applies to all the elements. So earth element, and then there is a water element is already discussed. Fire is also discussed in the previous. Then air, touch. You can say for all of the touch, heat is there. Thus, I am the pleasing taste of water. So all punya gandha, pleasing taste of the pleasing form of fire, as well as the natural fragrance of the earth element. I am the power of fire, the essence which can burn, illuminate, and relieve cold of all things. So when you have cold, it relieves you from cold, when you light fire. That is the essence. I am the lifespan of all living entities, their essence. So Krishna can increase the lifespan or he can reduce the lifespan. So Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. I am the toleration of suffering, the essence of those performing austerities. So people who perform austerities now, how they can tolerate these intense dualities and continuously perform tapasya. So that tolerating capacity, which is the essence of that tapasvi, I am that, Krishna is saying. So it's by Krishna's mercy they are able to do that. Note in this verse, the Lord is the essence of all items except the fragrance of earth. Fragrance is the cause of earth. So here, all these items are the essence, that is Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu, Tejastyasmi Vibhagaso, and Tapasyasmi Tapashu. These are all essence, and Punyo Gandha is, the effect. In that sense, Vishwanath Chakrathakur is saying. Okay, so let me take 7.10. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir matamasmi tejas vinamaham. I am the eternal original cause of all entities. Mam vidhi sarva bhutanam sanatanam bijam. So here you have to understand, again, Krishna is using the word vidhi. Try to understand. And bijam, sarva bhutanam. So you have now the mango season is going on, the mango seed. Now you plant the mango seed, and you water it. And this seed will go into a tree, mango tree, and it will give fruits. But what happens to the seed? The seed disappears and it has transformed into a mango tree. But Krishna is speaking here, bija means the eternal seeds in the form of jivas. you know. So bijam ma bhutanam sarva. So these are aham bija pradapita, So there, when he's saying that the spiritual, around with the semen, there is the atma which is impregnated. So those are eternal. Buddhir buddhi matam chasmi. I am the intelligence of the intelligent people. The intelligence what they get, na? Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. So Krishna is saying that. And the majesty of the majestic. Tejas vinam aham. Bija seed means the cause before manifestation, the pradhan. So he impregnates with the bijas of the jivas here. So he's speaking about the creation time. Sanatan means eternal. Intelligence is the essence of the intelligent persons. I am that intelligence. So he's identifying. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Okay, there is some distraction. I am the strength of the strong. Balam balavatam chaham, which is devoid of lust and anger. Kamaraga varjitam. I am that lust. Bhuteshu kamasmi, which is according to dharma. Dharma aviruddha, O best of the Bharatarshava. So the strength, people have strength, but if that strength is to, born out of lust and anger to, show off how I'm strong and, exploit the weaker. then that is not Krishna. But that strength is shown by the Kshatriyas how to protect the praja. Then that strength manifested by the Kshatriya, is Kama Raga Varjito. And then that is Krishna. And I am that lust. Bhuteshu Kama. I am that lust, which is according to Dharma. Dharma Viruddha. So that is what Krishna is identifying here. I am the strength of the strong, not displayed out of anger or used to desire to maintain one's own lifestyle. I am lust, not contrary to dharma, directed towards one's wife only for producing or production of children. So here the kama, which is used for progeny, and that is also Krishna. Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu. Now he summarizes everything. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasas tamasascha matte veti tan vidhi natva aham teshu te mai. No, again, Krishna is saying vidhi. No, that all things in sattva, rajas and tamas. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasa tamasascha. No, I don't know why. They should have given a space here. ये चैव सात्विका भाव राजसास तामसाश्च एव come from me. Mat, okay, again here. Na teshu aham teshu, but I am not in them. Na teshu aham teshu, but they are in me. Te mahi. So I am not in them, but they are in me. So this Krishna will, keep on evolving and explaining this concept, and it will come to the highest level in the ninth chapter, how he is in them but he is not in them. This is his achintya shakti, so that when we come to the ninth chapter, section 9.4 to 9.10, that time we will discuss more in detail. Okay, let me read Vishwanath Chakravarti. The expressions of my powers, Vibhuti, being the cause of things or the essence of things, and being the living entities such as Rakshasas, have thus been mentioned to some degrees. Now, in one sense, Rakshasas have not been mentioned because Rajasa, Tamasa, Satvika all are mentioned, na? Like that. No, the reference seems unclear since Rakshasas have not been mentioned in the above list of Vibhutis. They have not been mentioned, but of course, in the 10th chapter, he will give a reference there. The Shakti is also what Rakshasas show, the strength. It is tamasic, but it is coming from me only. Like great kings like, Ambrish or Parikshit or even Shivaji Maharaj, you know, that Shakti, what they showed, that strength is coming from him. But there are always powerful kings like Aurangzeb and Genghis Khan who were tamasic. But even that energy, strength is coming from Krishna only. You have to understand that. But of course, we are not attracted to such personalities. But demonic people are attracted to such personalities and they think they are real heroes. So that is how demonic people are. I met one politician and he told actually the hero of Ramayana is Ravana. So demonic people have this kind. They think he is a very powerful personality, like that. There is no need to list these more extensively. All things are dependent on me and are an expression of my power. Matevatan vidhi. Those things, bhavas, are in the mode of goodness, like sense and mind control, and the devatas. Those things in the mode of passion, such as lust and pride, and the asuras like Hiranyakashipu, and those things in the mode of ignorance, like lamentation, illusion, and the rakshasas. These are all the products of gunas of prakriti belonging to me. So these are all gunas of prakriti and they are belonging to me. I do not exist as them. I do not depend on them like the jivas. But they exist in me. They are dependent on me. But I am not dependent on them, nor I exist in them, but they exist in me. That is the Achintya Shakti. So having explained that, he will come to this section 13 to 25. Understanding that Krishna is the essence of everything, we should surrender to Krishna. So that Krishna will come to that in the next two verses, but we will stop now. But any questions you have up till now, what we have discussed this section? Okay, three questions. Sri Lalita Mataji, yes.
Prabhu, I understood whatever you told, but I was just wondering how taste can give rise to water, Prabhu. How can taste give rise to water?
How can taste give rise to water? Oh,
That
you mean the
how
how
he
how manifestation? You're speaking about the manifestation,
yeah,
right? Yeah, this
yeah.
is there in the creation in the third canto, fifth and sixth chapter, na, and in the second canto, na. How,
Okay.
from sound, when the Lord glances, um,
Uh,
the element earth, ether manifest. And then further with the
yeah.
mixing, the Lord's glance and sound and the ether and the, you know, tanmatra, the next
Vacuum.
element manifest. So like that, the
Oh,
whole creation process is given. Now, for you to understand, I will explain a reverse process. Okay.
okay.
Now you sit in front of fire. Okay.
Okay.
What you will
Uh,
produce?
what I will produce?
Hmm.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, 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 Mataji.
So I will produce, yeah, fire will produce heat and then for me perspiration will come. No, Prabhu.
What is the element you have produced then? Water, right?
In the water, yeah, yeah, water.
From
Yeah.
fire came
Heat.
water element, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah, water. Yeah,
Correct.
correct.
So like that, it has a sense in the reverse order in the creation.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay,
So the element along with the form and then the Lord's glance, according to that, all these whole, we have to see the whole creation, we have to discuss like that, So like that, Vishnu Thakur is mentioning. Now, for us in Vibhuti Yoga, you have to see how these elements are directly, essence is Krishna. The potency is Krishna. The active principle, Prabhupada calls it as the active principle. That potency Vibhuti, it's Krishna. That's why when you quench your
okay.
thirst, you feel a kind of satisfaction.
Yeah,
That satisfaction is also Krishna. Okay? You have to experience Krishna. Okay. Yes, Navneet Kalra Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have two questions. What
Yeah.
all we have discussed, this is all Aishwarya Gyan?
Yes, this is Aishwarya Gyan. How to see Krishna, see the powers of Krishna. And his sweetness will come as you slowly progress in the 7 to the 8th and ninth. It will become more clear. The ninth and 10th together, and like that. Both a combination is given, and then, so the more you understand the powers, Jnanam, then the sweetness, Vigyan, will come up.
Yeah. And Prabhuji, if you can go to verse 7.4, I had a question.
7.4. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, tell me.
Prabhuji, yeah, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I didn't understand this Pradhana and Mahatattva.
Pradhana and Mahatattva. Okay. See, basically, there are 24 elements of creation, but here they are given in 8 divisions. They are given in 8 divisions, and these 8 manifest as 24. We'll have to go to the creation whole understanding in the second canto and third canto, and then you can really figure out basically. But when we come to the 13th chapter, also it will become more clear. But as
Okay.
of now, you can understand that there are only 8 divisions spoken, but within this 8, there are these 24 elements.
Okay.
There are, that's
From
why
these
it
eight,
is
the
not,
24 would flow.
yeah, there is Ashtada, 8 divisions are there. See, Vishwanath Chakravarti also 8 divisions, and even Prabhupada also, for many years it was for me a big mystery. What is this,
Because he takes it as mind and intelligence.
Uh, see, Ashtada Prabhupada also eightfold he says, you know, separated energies, 8 constituents. So eight ultimately manifest as 24. The
Because
24 are,
because I was also confused because he takes it mind and intelligence, and here it is Prakriti and Mahat Tattva. What's
yeah,
the difference?
Prakriti, nahi, Pradhan and Mahatattva.
Yeah, Pradhan and Mahat Tattva. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, okay, if we have to go, we'll have to go to the, I've not made the slides of the 13
I
chapter.
can read if you can direct me what to read, I will read from there.
No, no, no. Basically, it's here. महाभूतानि अहंकार बुद्धिरव्यक्तमेव च इंद्रियाणि दशैकं च पंचेन्द्रिय गोचर. So Mahabhutani Ahankara. Mahabhutani refers to the five gross elements. Okay. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Five. Then there is the Ahankar. Ahankar is the sixth element. Then there is Buddhi. You know, that is the seventh. The Avyakt is Pradhan here. And Indriyani Dashekam is the Karmendriyas and the Gyanendriyas. So, and Dash Ekam, the 11th one is the mind. Okay. So you can see 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 11. 8 plus 7
19.
is 19, right?
Yeah.
Then Pancha Cha Indriya Gochara, the object of the senses. That is the
The
Tanmatras.
Tanmatras.
So 18, 19 हो गया था, correct?
Yeah,
19?
19 plus 5, 24.
19 plus 5, 24. So this is how the 24 elements. So that, sometimes in Sankhya, you know, they can mention as 8 divisions, 11 divisions, sometimes 14 divisions, 15 divisions, or 18 divisions, like that. But ultimately, when fully manifested, there are 24 elements, but one are included in the other. Like within
Okay.
Mahabhutani are the five great elements here, but within this verse, earth, water,
The
fire, the sense
Tanmatras are
objects are
included.
included here.
The Tanmatras.
Yeah,
Okay.
included. So here also, if you expand these 8 divisions, it will come to 24. That's the point.
Okay.
Got
Thank
it?
you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Vinita Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yes.
the diagram page na Antakarna, where you've explained in
Antakarna,
the
yes,
diagram.
yes. Very
And
important
yeah, I would
concept
like
that.
to hear. Yeah, I would like to hear it once more.
Hmm. Basically, the chitta, the contaminated consciousness, which is the subtle body, it has mind, intelligence, and false ego. But how does it function? It functions exactly like, today's, CCTV cameras. What is a CCTV camera? The many cameras are there. Say now I put here 9 cameras. 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 cameras like this, and it is here a monitor, right? But there is a person who is a security person who is in charge, who is observing everything and all the 9 are represented here. The cameras are connected here, different places they are there. Now, basically, this person is like the soul, and this is like the antakaran. Sometimes it is called as a chitta also. Now, this antakaran is how it is. There is the mind, intelligence, false ego, and then there are this unlimited impressions from the past lives. So what happens is, first time, if you remember when you enjoyed a gulab jamun, first time, you know, you saw that and the mind was inquisitive, oh, what's that new sweet, I have never tasted this before. So the mind sends a signal to the intelligence, find out what is it. And then you will hear about it. Oh, this item you have never tasted. You should taste this. This is one of the best items. It is crispy, and it is fried in ghee, soaked in sugar syrup. So when the intelligence hears, then the intelligence desires sense gratification. And the soul is not the soul, the false ego is the enjoyer.
Okay.
He's the enjoyer. And he wants to now enjoy this. So ultimately, the false ego directs the intelligence, and intelligence schemes with the mind and the karmendriyas and gyanendriyas, and the hand moves to the mouth, and the gyanendriya, the tongue, taste. And there is an impression formed of gulab jamun, and that impression is stored in the antakaran. Now, next time when you see it, the mind, you know, immediately, tells the intelligence, yes, I have tasted it. I remember the taste. I want to taste it once again, the ego says. And the ego smiles. I want it again. So, like that, the impressions keep on creating in the Antakaran. So, what happens is ultimately when we see this essence of all the objects as Krishna, and we see those sense objects as Krishna, what happens is the Antakaran starts getting purified, and the Antakaran gets starting getting erased and gets purified, and we become Krishna conscious. And when the Chitta gets fully purified, then you're fully Krishna conscious. You see everything as Krishna. So that is the purpose. That's how Krishna at this level here, he is telling how to see me. Mai sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana eva. I hope you're able to get this discussion clear.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. And Prabhuji, this connection, the sense organ is the eye.
Hmm.
And down you
The
have
sun
shown
sense organ is the eye. There is a subtle
eye.
sense organ in the chitta that is called as, the gross organ is called as akshi, but the subtle
Okay,
organ is called as chakshu, the subtle
okay,
eye,
okay.
like that.
Now, yes, I got it, Prabhuji.
That is the antakaran, which is within the antakaran is this, just like this, there is the gross camera. One is in the, entrance, one is in the temple hall, but the, in the monitor also you can see these cameras here, so like that, there is the antakaran, which is a subtle sense organ. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. हरे